If they gave out gold medals for weird 80s slasher movies, today's flick would probably win one. Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, and today I'm joined by my grandson, Sterling, the Horror Geek 2.0, as we tackle Michael Elliott's weird Olympic slasher flick, Fatal Games. Released in 1984, Fatal Games has been hard to come by for years, but that ended in late 2023 when our friends at Vinegar Syndrome brought this piece of slasher insanity to Blu-ray over the holidays. Fatal Games is sort of a slasher what if. The film's premise, that someone is killing off Olympic hopefuls, has a ton of potential, but the film squanders most of it with a half-baked script and some relatively unimaginative kills. A shame, because there was a lot of potential in this idea. But enough about that. Can Fatal Games get to the podium and earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's get to the gore and find out. Oh, and before we get started, today's video is sponsored by patrons Annette Cousins, Kevin McNamara, and my pal John A. Balsamo. If you'd like to help sponsor some videos and free me from the shackles of YouTube's tyranny, you'll find a link to my Patreon in the pinned comment and description below. And now, let's get bloody. And we kick things off with an establishing shot. Fantastic. Inside, it's time for uneven parallel bars. Looks like someone's about to reach new heights. God, is she practicing Gymkata? Oh boy, we've got a theme song.
Now winning isn't everything. Winning is the only thing. Take it all the way.
Hey, and Sarah, what do you think of this?
It stinks.
Wow, low effort title card again. But props for giving me the French title even though I don't speak French. Starring Sally Kirkland? What the hell? Kirkland has been in about a billion things, but she earned a Best Actress Oscar nomination for her work in Anna. And her reaction when she loses to Cher is one of the all-time great Sour Grapes Oscar moments in history. Really, I can't blame her. I'd be pissed if I lost to Cher too. Wait, how did we go from gymnastics to swimming? Oh yeah, looks like someone's ready to split. Hey, watch out! You almost ran into Marcellin Ann Williams. Melissa Prophet as Nancy Wilson. I had no idea this movie was a biopic about the band Heart. Shame they didn't get her to do Barracuda on the soundtrack instead of this crappy song. Hey, it's Nicholas Love, brother of Susanna and brother-in-law to Uli Lamel. I saw him in The Boogeyman. Oh god, it took 3 guys to write this thing? He could be in trouble. Yeah, this dude is javelin a good time. Someone really stuck the landing. Directed by Michael Elliott, who never directed another movie. I'm sure that has nothing to do with the quality of this one, though. Man, this 1984 Summer Olympics calendar cover is pretty underwhelming. Could they not afford a background? I mean, this is worse than my video thumbnails. Oh yeah, things are about to get freaky in Olympic Village. Looks like bad news. Someone clearly failed their doping test. This guy's doling out napkins like these people are in the front row at a Gallagher show. Do you kids even remember Gallagher? Christ, I'm old. Before we start this year's annual Rotary Club meeting, I've been informed that there's a blue Camry in the parking lot who's left his lights on. And with that cleared up, he can get down to business.
Now, may I introduce Mr. Samberger, my friend.
Wait, his name is Sam Burger? Like hamburger? Middle school must have been a blast for this dude. I will say it's uncanny how much this guy looks like my principal in junior high, though. Uh-oh, Mary Lou Retton is off her cut. 1 mini marshmallow? Think of your diet, Mary Lou. This guy has the same reaction to Fatal Games that I do so far. Oh god, now we're tossing around wieners.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that, you pervs. I mean these hot dogs. I'm sure many of your moms would feel right at home here. And in the middle of all this, an impromptu tug of war breaks out. These athletes, they just never stop competing. Hey, check out those tidy whities. Aw, Frank, you clogged the sink again. What did I tell you about shaving your pubes here? I'm not gonna lie, I'm really confused about the geometry of this apartment. This all leads to some gratuitous co-ed showering. But I'm actually okay with that because the boring exposition is less boring with boobs. From there, it's over to the Flashdance auditions. I don't see Jennifer Beals, though. Why is a guy from the Federal Aviation Administration at the Olympic trials? Alright, let's play some dodgeball. Men's shirts, ladies' skins. This lady is working on her stroke technique.
Hell yeah.
No, I mean her swimming. Man, this place is a real dive. Alright everyone, I'm gonna need you to form an orderly single file line. I've got PEDs for everyone. Man, that's a huge jug of Tren. I feel like this is basically the clinical trial phase for the cream in the clear right now. I mean, where's Barry Bonds? Oh man, someone's really working the shaft.
Hell yeah.
No, the shaft of this javelin. Settle down. Coach is not impressed.
What are you, a ballet dancer? Keep that up, I'm gonna have to get you a tutu.
If you think I'm shit, why don't you just tell me?
Well, okay, since you asked for it, you're shit. Alright, finally, something interesting. We're about to lift some weights. I'm kinda stunned we're over 15 minutes into this thing and no one has been killed yet. Is this a slasher movie or some uplifting sports drama? And spoke too soon. Yes, our weightlifter should have had a spotter. I like that Bjorn Borg is there in the background like, yeah, I'm not looking at that. How the hell did it lift her off the floor? But I guess this means we can work on our deadlift. Building establishing shot. Inside, this dork's trying to pick up Mary Lou Retton.
I'd like to come over to my house tonight, bob up and down on my bed.
Don't you wish?
Honestly, he needed a better pickup line. Like, how about you come over and work on your dismount on my pommel horse? See, it's just that easy. I like that they filmed this scene in my parents' basement rec room circa 1980. Anyway, these two are jibber-jabbering about how apparently the drugs are having unintended side effects. Presumably like making a guy javelin a girl to the wall. Oh, never mind. That's just a traditional trend reaction.
What we are trying to do is to maximize to the utmost the athletic potential of the human body.
Fun fact, that's actually director Michael Elliott as Dr. Jordine. Now get out of my rec room. This movie really wants me to think Joe here is the killer, so there's no way Joe here is the killer. Yeah, we've only had one kill so far, but sure, let's take a break for a massage. We've earned it. So, interesting bit of trivia here. The actress getting the massage is Lynn Banashak, but she wasn't comfortable with the nudity, so for the full body scenes, they got Sick Flicks veteran Linnea Quigley to be her body double. Wait a minute, I thought this was an athletic massage, not the kind that comes with a happy ending. After swim practice, we're apparently shooting a Tampax commercial. Have you tried these new tampons with the plastic tip applicator? They're super absorbent. I just drained half the pool.
On Tampax.
And I wonder why so few women watch this show. From there, it's over to a gratuitous sauna scene. We gotta be careful about the boobs because this is some very steamy stuff. Holy blue filter. I like that this is like a mass exodus. I hope they're all walking off the set until the movie gets its shit together. If this film feels meandering and sort of disjointed, it's because it was. Fatal Games had 3 screenwriters, as I mentioned earlier, and they were revising and rewriting the script during filming, to the point where actors were getting pages the day they were supposed to shoot scenes. But business is about to pick up, because here comes the killer. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty cool shot. A killer with a javelin. Can we just call him Billy Shakespeare? But eventually, the killer does make his point. Literally. It's like a shish kebab. And more blue filter. Props to actress Angela Bennett, she did the entire chase scene completely naked. And now Annie's in the building too. God, my gym socks reek! Let's check in with Michael Elliott. Look guys, I'm gonna need more pages. This movie isn't going anywhere. Check out Coach. That face says, hey, none of this dialogue was on the script pages I got today. Anyway, I think Annie here being a gymnast makes her the perfect girlfriend. I mean, she'll bend over backwards for you. Whole lot of short shorts in this scene. And they're off to the races. I mean, this scene really has my heart racing. Oh man, looks like this dude ate some fast food before the race. I mean, I had another running pun here, but I forgot it. So maybe this will jog my memory. Not for nothing, but Annie sure looks a lot like Tanya Harding. And just as I'm about to get so bored that I turn this thing off and go about my life, the killer's back. Maybe he's gonna work on his harpooning skills in the pool. Filmed with javelin cam. Not gonna lie, killing everyone with the javelin is sort of a waste. There were so many other cool pieces of sports equipment they could have used. Anyway, before we get to the killing, these two are going to practice their synchronized swimming routine. I'm giving them a 3, and that's generous. Aw, what the hell? We got faked out on the kill? Come on, movie. I'm so goddamn bored. Michael Phelps prepares for one last shot at Olympic glory. I'd say this scene is going swimmingly so far. Not gonna lie though, this was not the kind of breaststroking I was hoping for.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind I was hoping for. Nice work, Danny. Joe is a javelin competitor. The killer kills with a javelin. I think we solved the case, guys. Why is that straw so long? I think he'd be drinking from the next room? He's not even good at drinking. It goes in your mouth, Joe. Do we need to get you a bib? Okay, guess Joe's not the killer after all. Even worse, now the team needs a new javelin guy for the games. One of the things I really admire about this movie is its commitment to shooting scenes in the most boring locations possible. Yeah, sure, just stand in front of this random wall. No one's paying attention to this thing anyway. Even Michael Elliott is bored of this film. These new pages are worse than the old ones. Anyway, he's wondering where half his team has vanished to.
Maybe they had an adverse reaction to some of the medication?
Hey, let's not talk bad about the Tren regimen. We gotta keep up with the commies somehow.
Now practice your dismount, your new dismount. Do it at least 25 times a day.
Dismount at least 25 times a day? Is she training to compete against Annabelle Chong? Yeah, screw it. I'm bored. Might as well get some drinks. Wait a minute, is this the coach? I don't recognize him without his FAA hat. Seriously. Looks like he's just here to give the usual boomer speech about the kids.
These damn kids don't train the way we used to.
Yeah, Kurt Thomas trained on a cement pommel horse in a village full of lunatics. These kids are so spoiled now. Anyway, over in one of our 17 other movies, this guy is gonna shoot his shot.
So, why don't we go to my place tonight so we can finally make it?
And he gets shot down.
Make it! Are you out of your gourd?
Oh god, they're about to get serenaded by Father Guido Sarducci. I think this movie is basically just given up at this point. Filmed on location at Margarita's Mexican restaurant. I wonder if the owners told people they used the restaurant in this movie. Not gonna lie, these two look more like brother and sister than potential romantic partners. They look way more like they're about to play Connect 4 than hook up.
Why don't you move in with me?
Jesus, this dude moves fast. No wonder she doesn't want to move in. Dude lives like a pig. If the Olympics doesn't pan out, he can probably star in an episode of Hoarders. And now he's outside on the payphone? Look, I don't even care. Let's just roll with it. Also, the trend of shooting mid-shots in the most boring locations imaginable continues. Turns out he's got some very bad news to share.
Bad news is I got accepted for the tryouts this summer.
That's the bad news?
In Pittsburgh at the Pirates summer camp.
Oh god, the Pirates. It is bad news. And Annie's not too happy about it either. Guess I'll go practice my dismount with someone who could get a tryout with a real team, like the Dodgers.
A few minutes later.
Scene's over, guys. Feel free to cut at any time. And here comes the killer. Not a moment too soon, because I'm so bored right now. Hey, is that a javelin you're holding, or are you just happy to see me? Holy shit, she really is gonna work on her naked dismount. She's thinking some deep thoughts. Why is it called taking a dump when you're actually leaving it? Meanwhile, Michael Elliott is like, damn kids, leaving the props all over the place. Also, it just hit me how much Michael Elliott looks like an older Mr. Whipple. Remember, kids, don't squeeze the Charmin. Oh, look, another boring mid-shot. Uh-oh, I think Annie's irritable bowel syndrome is acting up. Hi, I've stumbled home like this more times than I care to remember. I'm so sorry, but this food baby is coming and I'm about to defile your couch. Back at the office, Michael Elliott has made a breakthrough. Ah, yes, if we mix Diana Ball into the cycle with the trend, the results are amazing. Take that, Russians. Then shit gets random.
My mother was famous. People respected my mother.
Thanks, Norman Bates. That's fascinating. Look at her. This scene's so boring, it's even putting her to sleep. Hey, another boring shot. Man, check out the feathers in Discount Linda Blair's hair. She can fill a pillow with those things. Then the movie basically turns into a Life Alert commercial as Frank screws up the dismount.
Give me the dismount.
Oh, God! Frank, are you all right?
You know what they say about broken ankles. They make it hard to get back on your feet. Well, the bad news is your gymnastics career is over. But the good news is your mummy cosplay is going to be really sweet. And here's another great moment in horror film acting.
Frank, are you okay?
Helen, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Man, she came so close to emoting there. And thank God the killer is back. I mean, as far as slasher killers go, this one sucks, but it's still better than anything else in this movie. Oh, sweet. Looks like the killer's about to do some spearfishing. Wait a minute. The killer gets into the pool and she doesn't notice? Come on, movie. Harpoons away! No lie, this might be the dumbest kill in show history. I mean, other than the times the editing killed someone. Building establishing shot. I was gonna write a bunch of jokes about this guy being on crutches, but they were all pretty lame. Hey, I know foreshadowing when I see it. I bet Chekhov's trophy is gonna be important later. And another boring mid-shot. Just stand in front of these lockers and act natural. Oh, good. It's nice of the movie to give us a handy scorecard of who's dead. I mean, all of these characters are so dull and interchangeable, I was having a hard time keeping track. Meanwhile, this guy's catching some Z's, but he's late for, well, I guess technically it's baseball practice since he's got that Pirates tryout. Boring mid-shot. Drink. I love that this movie is barely an hour and 25 minutes long, but like 5 of it is just these two dunces on a phone cutting back and forth. That's some top-notch padding right there. No one will be seated during Fatal Game's thrilling phone conversation scene. Oh, good. Another phone call. Really doubling down on this, I see. And we can just recap everything that happened in the scene that ended 10 seconds ago.
He wants to go down and look through our lockers. I have to meet him in about 20 minutes, okay?
Jeez, this movie is bluer than Miles Davis. After breaking in, Frank's ready to hopefully lead us to the climax. It's good he brought the crutches, otherwise he might not have a leg to stand on. Hey, I'm taking a dump in here! Clearly this place was designed before the Americans with Disabilities Act took effect. No ramp at all, just a bunch of stairs. R. Kelly, are you in there? Oh, wait, you're in prison. And I guess we're just gonna watch him check every door in this place in real time. Great use of my time, movie. Hey, climax of the movie, are you in here? I know he hides the trend in here somewhere. I need it to heal my ankle. Screenplay for Fatal Games, but it's just half-formed scribbles on old cocktail napkins. Jesus, if opening doors was an Olympic event, this dude would win the gold. Okay, according to these notes, the climax should be just up ahead. Dude must be a big Jill Valentine fan, because he's a master of unlocking. Christ, man, this guy's just trashing the place. Broken windows, rifled through desks and lockers, and now he's kicking down doors. I guess we couldn't afford a light for this scene. I don't even care. But I do really have to ask, do we honestly need to see him search this entire place? Couldn't we have sped up this process with no real adverse effect on the story? Oh, good, the killer has finally arrived. Can we please get this climax rolling? Oh shit, I think he's headed to Freddy's boiler room. And jump scare. Look, they probably don't stink as bad as the gym shorts you left in your locker for an entire semester. Oh good, it's a chase scene with a guy on crutches. This feels like a legit handicap match. And Frank gets turned into a shish kebab. But don't worry, Annie's here. So now we're really going to start the climax because we've got a final girl. I sure hope she doesn't spend the next 12 minutes just randomly opening doors. Oh, great. She's running through the corridor. This is pretty appalling. It's at a time like this that I think Annie really should have spent more time learning Gymkata. Yeah, hide there. No one will ever see you, you big dummy. See? Told you it was a terrible idea. At any rate, it looks like Annie's about to become Britney Speared. And then her boyfriend just casually wanders in. They head to the nurse's office, but surprise, the killer is there. Oh god, it's a swerve!
They're on the table. Be out in a second. I'm just getting dressed.
And another swerve! I suspect the kids would call this movie problematic. Also, she's the killer, and her name is Diane Payne. I'd say you can't make this shit up, but someone did. Now it's time for more running aimlessly through dark corridors. Huzzah. Hey, what happened to her voice?
I can't stop it.
So, just in case you didn't get it, let's let her explain.
We even became a woman. Just to win.
After some more fleeing, it's back to the gym. Ooh, here comes Chekhov's participation trophy! Why would she go up this scaffold? It doesn't go anywhere. Oh, hey. Mind if I drop in? And here's the payoff you've been waiting for. Looks like this movie made its point. I will say, it's a real missed opportunity that they didn't license Queen's We Are the Champions for this shot. Oh, and freeze frame ending, baby. Drink. So, what have we learned from Fatal Games? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the 80s were just a different time. Really, I got nothing. Fatal Games has been sort of a lost cult oddity for a long time, and it's nice we finally got it on Blu-ray, but yeah, this one's a weird one. God bless Vinegar Syndrome for bringing it to the masses, though. But enough about that. Can Fatal Games kill enough hapless Olympians to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating at the Splatter Olympics? Let's go to the gore card. In terms of gross anatomy, Fatal Games is a bit of a missed opportunity. We're treated to a lot of deaths by javelin, and not much else. The missed opportunity here is that the Olympic setting could have led to a bunch of way more creative sports-themed kills, but Fatal Games plays it safe, and the javelin kills aren't even that gory. Because of that, I'm giving Fatal Games a very generous 2 barf bag rating. This one isn't a sick flick, but if you're an 80s slasher completionist, you'll want to see this one anyway. Looking for another 80s cult slasher with more gore? Then be sure to check out my review of Stage Fright. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.